By the way, before I leave,
Wallah.
yeah, you keep saying you think it's gonna get to me. It can't get to me. It's done. Like, I'm used to it right now because
Okay.
you misuse it. You don't know when to use it, and you actually say it properly, so it's kind of cute. You know what I mean? If I was a Homo sapien, I might have got bricked up right now, but I'm not. Anyways, I got this guy that feels some type of Jewish dude, like fully Jewish, like fucking practices the Saturday shit where they don't use Wi-Fi.
Yikes.
You know? Yeah, not yikes. We respect them, guys. I'm looking for a Jewish manager. Please,
What is that called? Is it
Sabbath?
Sabbat?
Sabbath or some shit. Yeah, Sabbath, whatever. Yeah, that's it.
Where they don't turn on the lights on Saturdays because they're not supposed to do any work. Yeah, but anyway, go ahead.
Or they don't mix milk with tuna. I don't know. They got their special stuff going on.
Okay, go. What do you want? What about it?
Okay, we gotta watch the tone. Okay, and he did say that he prepared like a very long Google Doc that he would have liked to share with you. Because apparently, your argument, you let Nick Fuentes get away with.
I'm good. I don't care. Tell him he can do a stream on it, okay?
Whoa, you don't care about fucking clearing up the fucking shit that you let Nick Fuentes slide with?
I don't trust other people's research. I've been doing this too long to do that. I'm just reading my own.
Wait, wait, 1 second. You would admit that you were undereducated about like the whole fucking Middle East situation or like the Jews
compared
and all that
to
type
Nick,
of shit?
my knowledge of the Middle East is a million times better. I didn't have good answers for him, but I'd rather like read on my own, and then once I've read enough on my own and I feel confident, then I can incorporate other people's research. But I don't like to use other people's research as my starting place. I'd rather use like a dictionary or Wikipedia or like just like reading shit. I'd rather start with my own foundation and then incorporate other people's research later on when I can identify what's good or not.
Okay, sure, that's fair, but right now what you just said was the highest degree of copium of all time. You literally said that compared to Nick, my knowledge is way greater, but I didn't have good answers.
I said on the Middle East. Yeah, of course it was. He knows if you're
but why were answers dog shit?
What do you mean? Because what do you mean? Why is the answer? Do you understand that I could like beat you in a flat Earth debate, right? It doesn't mean that I know more about physics than you.
Actually, I've spoken to Jonathan enough about flat Earth that I actually think I'd probably destroy you on it. But I get what you're trying to fucking say. But no, if you're claiming that you knew what the fuck you're talking about, why were you doing bad against him?
Because it's hard. Because it's easier to assert a falsehood than it is to know all the facts to counter said falsehood, right? So, for instance, it's easy for him to say, like, the clean... So here's something he brings up. He brings up, like, that clean break memo, right? And he's saying, look, this is evidence that Israel, just wants to get rid of Syria and Iraq and fucking Iran or whatever. And then, like, one counterexample I bring up is that, like, oh, well, these guys were born in the United States, so I don't even know if they count as, like, fully Jewish people. A really good counter Nick could have brought up to that is they were born in the U.S., but they were born before Israel was even created. He didn't even know these people, though. He's just memorized talking points, right? Like, there are arguments that he gave that I didn't have good counter arguments for, but I still stumbled onto good counter arguments that he couldn't answer, so I moved on. But he could have had better counter arguments to my counter arguments. He just doesn't know anything about what he's talking about, right? The fact that he asking me like if there are bases in Israel because he genuinely didn't know the answer, or asking why Israel might like or not like a certain country, or asking if there's anything we get from them. There are good answers to these things. I just didn't know it all of the time. But I spent most of my research on like the fucking Holocaust because I thought that's what we were going to tread over a lot is Holocaust denialism, not why are we friends with Israel in the Middle East.
Okay, if you were, and I assume you're able to do this, if you're able to give me his take on Israel and Jews, what would it be? Like, what do you think his stance is about Israel and about Jewish people in general in the United States?
Jewish people in the United States, like what do they
or
do?
Jews.
Or what do you mean?
Jews.
Like,
yeah, Jews. Like when he speaks about Jews in the United States, what's his stance on them?
my guess is going to be that his stance on Jewish people in the United States is that Jewish people, through a lot of clever shenaniganery, basically control all the major institutions in the United States and are able to leverage that in order to use the United States to benefit the nation of Israel. There might be Jewish people in the United States, but they're only here because of the benefit of their own home country that their true allegiance is with, and they'll utilize the connections and the resources that they've gathered in the United States to serve the ends of Israel, even if it's to the detriment of U.S. citizens, especially white people, or the United States as a whole. All of our foreign policy in the Middle East is going to be oriented around whatever Israel wants, and that's evidenced by our belligerence against like Shia states. It's evidenced by our, like telling like Saudi Arabia should chill out because Israel doesn't like them. It's evidenced by our support of Israel against the Palestinians, even though we might historically come down on people like that. And then the support that Israel enjoys in the United States is due to their controlling of things like the media. The broad support they enjoy from old people is because Jewish people are largely in control of financial institutions that control money that goes to the media and to the politicians. So like if you look at the top donors from the RNC and the DNC, all of them are Jewish, and the reason why is so that they continue to control people to maintain allegiance to Israel, and they are at the head of Hollywood so they can make movies about World War II and the Holocaust to maintain our allegiance to Israel. I think this is broadly speaking like his argument, right? This is
Perfect.
like the JQ.
Perfect, but everything you just said is not anti-Semitic though.
Well,
why is he labeled as an anti-Semite?
The anti-Semitism comes in is because typically when you do a little bit of research, all of these points start to fall apart, and the only way you can hold on to them is if you start from the position of people are evil. But if you start from a genuine position like, oh, let's research, like why are things the way they are, why are people the way they are, why do people do the things they do, or what are these relationships that exist, you're not going to end up in JQ territory. You typically only get there if you start from a position of fuck people.
So you think the basis of what makes him anti-Semitic is he's the fuck people crowd?
Yeah,
that's what he
I think
makes.
the easiest example of this, and having an enemy, I guess, helps orient your movement. It's really easy if you've got somebody to hate on. A really good evidence of this is he lays out three distinct things that a Holocaust revisionist, I think he accidentally says denier, but he changes that to revisionist. Three things that a Holocaust revisionist believes. One is that there were gas chambers, here's the three big claims about the Holocaust. One is that there are gas chambers. Two is that there was a mass order to kill all the Jews. And three is that 6 million people died. He goes through each of these three claims very quickly, and he says he doesn't believe in any of those things. He doesn't believe 6 million Jews died. He doesn't believe there was a coordinated effort to kill them. And he doesn't believe the gas chambers existed. But then when asked, oh, well, just curious, how many Jewish people do you think died? His immediate response is, oh, I don't know. I need to do more research. Why would you say that you don't believe, like the major historical accounting that 99% of the world gives, but then immediately say, I haven't done any research on the topic? Like, that's just such a weird position to take, how you couldn't even have, like, a guesstimate there. The reality is he probably hasn't done much research on it at all, and that's just the position he has because he starts from a point of anti-Semitism, not an inquisitive scholar who's just stumbled upon these answers of history.
But do you genuinely believe that somebody could ask the questions that he's asking, minus the whole, I hate Jews and I'm going to be biased, and show that bias through saying that the Holocaust was either exaggerated or didn't happen, but when pressed on, why I believe that, I'd say, I don't know, I didn't do research, right? If somebody basically asks what he's asking, but they're totally coming at it from a good faith perspective, don't you think that they'd still be lumped in the anti-Semitic fucking crew? There's no good, basically what I'm trying to say is
you're asking me a fundamentally, hold on. You're asking me a fundamentally different question. You're saying some guy goes into a bar and he says, fuck black people, and then he shoots and kills all of them. And then you're saying, like, okay, but if he would have gone to the bar and just said fuck black people would call him, like, a murderer anyway. People would say he hates black people and wants to kill him, even if he didn't kill him.
But he's not walking, hold up. This is not a fair fucking analogy.
Wait, no, wait, hold on. I'm just saying, I take umbrage with the idea of you comparing Nick to a scholar asking questions. He's not. He's got a whole political ideology that's oriented around removing Jewish people from the United States. That's not just a guy asking questions. He's got policy prescriptions for this stuff.
No, or you could say he has a whole fucking political movement that's fucking centered around uplifting fucking white people without necessarily giving special fucking focus towards Jews or black people or any of those people. Number one. Number two.
Wait. On number one, that's not true. What? He specifically said he wants to remove the power that Jewish people have in this country and take their businesses and their assets. I asked him this specifically, and he says he wants them to answer to Christians. What do you think that means?
Okay, so he believes that, what's the word for that shit, right? Like when the fucking country is ruled by fucking, it's like Sharia law, but fucking Christian edition. That's basically what he wants, right?
I don't know. Do you ever want to be in a position, just curious, where you have to answer to Christians? What does that sound like to you? Does that sound like you're going to do a Q&A? Like, what do you mean?
No. And it seems like he would implement it by, I'd say if I'm genuinely thinking about this deep, he'd probably be implemented by force. If you don't answer to him, you're probably going to go to jail. But I'm not thinking here that the dude is going to exterminate fucking Jews like fucking H-Man 2.0. right? So that's why I had to push back against that analogy because it makes it fucking sound crazy. It makes him sound like the dude that's coming in there and shooting the fucking black people.
Wait.
Right?
He is crazy, right? He is a full on like anti-Semitic. Essentially, I'm pretty sure he's basically a Nazi in terms of like all of his beliefs. Jewish people control the world.
Easy with the term.
Wait.
Easy.
Hold on. No. Don't fucking, especially around me.
Really?
Yeah, don't virtue signal around me. His recent
No,
position.
you're the dude who virtue signaled with Mr. Gill. This is the entire fucking reason why you guys weren't friends. Because you didn't want to fucking call the dude a Nazi because it takes away from your argument.
I didn't want to call the guy. I didn't want to call him a Nazi because back then he didn't seem to be having the same type of rhetoric that he has now. What he has right now is he says he wants to remove Jewish people from power in the country. He doesn't even believe the Holocaust happened, and he thinks Jewish people seem to be responsible for a majority of the problems in the Western world. That, in my opinion, I think that hits all the central markers of a Nazi. If he was a Nazi prior to this, he was definitely more covert or crypto about it. But he is very much like open about this now.
Which is something, by the way, you were told on numerous occasions about how covert he was, and you're still like, I'm not gonna fucking go with it. He's not a fucking Nazi. But
No.
So,
yeah, because hold on. Yeah, because I'm gonna take people where they are. I'm not gonna sit there and attack people for what they were. Otherwise, I would probably call you out on your anti-Semitism and your homophobia and your Sharia law and Islamic extremism way fucking more.
Okay. First of all, you wouldn't do that because I don't have the fucking base that Nick Fuentes has and the fucking influence that he has. Number one. Number two, you genuinely fucking know that I am not anti-Semitic. And I'm not
I don't know about that.
Really?
I'm not 100%.
Come on. Okay, now you're trying to fucking make me
Hold
look crazy
on.
because you are willing to extend all the good faith in the world to fucking Nick.
Do you think 6 million is an accurate number?
I don't give a shit. I'll be very honest with you. If you said 12 million...
Do you think gas chambers are real? Do you think there were gas chambers?
Listen, never been in one, so I can't confirm or deny.
Okay. You think Jewish people kind of control the United States? Do you think the USS Liberty was a false flag instigated by Jewish people?
Since 1971, the United States has provided Israel with the most financial aid out of any fucking country on fucking planet Earth, right? There is a extreme bias within the United States, within their fucking government, within their fucking social upper class when it comes to fucking Jews and Israel, right? A lot of these fucking businessmen, okay, quote unquote, right? Shout out to the small hat people. A lot of these fucking people that are American citizens, born and raised in America, fully American, they love fucking America, still simp and fucking bend over backwards for Israel. Hell, even fucking Ben Midget Man Shapiro calls that shit up from time to time, and he's the biggest fucking simp for Israel. Sometimes he says, you know what, maybe we could focus on the United States just a little bit, because he sees the fucking insane bias that a lot of these fucking politicians and a lot of these fucking people in power
literally
have
nothing you're saying. Like, what do you mean? Like, oh,
Yes,
we're focusing on
makes sense.
Israel too much
Yes,
to
it makes
focus on America. Domestic policy and foreign policy both exist at the same time. You got to do them both. Like, that doesn't make any
Why?
sense. That's like
Okay,
saying, like, I
okay.
can't focus on chapter 2 of the Bible because I'm too busy focusing on chapter 1 or the first book.
Okay,
Like,
but why? Okay, no. First of all, you have to admit that there is a certain degree or a certain difference in the amount of focus that Israel gets versus all fucking other countries. Now, you could argue that it's fucking based in money, right? A lot of these fucking politicians could be fucking getting paid by Israel to fucking support them, right? Or it could be based on influence in the fucking region that's fucking unstable as fuck, and they want to fucking have an ally that's super powerful.
Okay, I don't want to go through all this because I was actually in a mood to read. Okay, what do you want to? What is the point of view? What are you talking about?
All I'm gonna say is this.
Yeah.
You claim to have better points. You claim to have more knowledge. Yeah, you claim to struggle because the man took the argument 1,000 different places. Now, if I were talking to some fucking dickhead that started fucking online debates yesterday, I'd be like, you know what, valid point. You wouldn't be able to fucking navigate those waters. But when I'm talking to the one and only Stephen Kenneth Bonnell II, aka Destiny, I'd say that's a pretty fucking excuse. And you know what? Maybe when you're engaging with the biggest that's fucking on the internet,
I can't tell.
maybe you should prepare
This
a
is
bit
like
more.
my. It's
Maybe
like my.
that's what
It's
I'm
like my
saying.
number one complaint, and I could just be wrong. You might be like a legitimately like a 95 IQ dude. There are so many things that you can. There are so many tactics that you can employ that Nick would do over and over and over again. I just got into an argument with a friend about this 2 days ago, and I said it's frustrating because there are certain things that people do that I know makes them look better, but the only reason they do it is because they're weak on the point, and I know that for a fact. And she was telling me, no, I think people can see through when it's dumb. But then I talk to people like you, and I legitimately do think that it does work. For instance, notice every single time in that conversation, whenever Nick points out, oh, look at how Destiny's laughing, it's because he doesn't have anything good to say to me. If you go back in that debate and you look, every single time he points that out before giving an answer, it's because he knows he's weak on that topic and he's trying to divert to another subject. That's the first thing. The second thing is, every single time, and you can go and watch me do debates, if somebody asks me a direct question and I have the answer, I'm always going to give the answer because it makes me look good. It makes me look strong, and I'm happy to demonstrate knowledge on a topic. When I'm pushing him for direct answers on things, and every time he does it, he has to loop around. We did it on a Gulf War topic like 15 times, and I had to ask him, and then I had to ask Myron, and then I asked him, and then I asked Myron, make him answer this question over and over again, and he just pontificates and proselytizes and goes on and rambles, and people like you, I think people like
just
you
like
listen
you're doing
to
right
it.
now, by the way, rambling, just like you're doing right now.
No, I'm not rambling. I started the answer with, it's frustrating that bad tactics work on normal people, and then I'm giving you an example of what that bad tactic, then I'm describing what the bad tactic is, and now I'm giving you 2 examples of what the bad tactic is. Every single part of this answer is directly answering the question. If you disagree with something I've said so far, people would cut me off. But
no, the fact that you're trying to paint it as though I'm the one who's pushing the idea that you fucked up is funny to me, because you admitted in the beginning, if you recall, you admitted I fucked up articulating my points. I know I'm paraphrasing, but that's what you said. I said, yo, Nick was way more fucking knowledgeable. You said, no, the fuck
no. You're
conflating.
You're conflating knowledgeable with wins a debate. Just because you win the debate doesn't necessarily mean you're more knowledgeable. There are times when these 2 points
So you
coincide.
do admit that he won against you in the debate?
Yeah, I personally, I feel like it came off 50-50, but against a conspiracy theorist, it's not good to come off 50. But bro, you're literally fucking retarded. It's literally a 4v1 with Zerka screaming me down every single time I'm trying to hold Nick to a point. What do you mean, who gives a fuck? Can you, I want you to go.
Nobody give a fuck about Zerka.
You're wrong. No, you're wrong. Zerka helped to derail the argument every single time I had Nick on a fucking point. What are you talking about? There were like 2 or 3 different times where I had Nick like on the wall on a thing, and Zerka comes in with some retarded shit, and I'm even telling him to shut the fuck up. I've got to tell Sneeko to shut the fuck up. What do you mean there's no point? And Myron is auto-sided. Sure. Even though Myron did his best to moderate, I'll give him that. But like, what do you mean?
Sure, okay. I'm not saying that the fucking, the shit wasn't stacked against you, right? Like, I'm not saying that a lot of the fucking people there weren't all fucking pro Nick, but at the same time, like I said, when you're dealing with somebody such as yourself, these are things you've dealt with a billion fucking times already. For you to fall to like the most basic fucking debates, fucking strats that he was pulling, and then to claim, oh, but I was still more knowledgeable. And if you guys can't see through the intricate fucking detailed
it's not that
manipulations
intricate.
that he was
They're pretty
smart.
Yeah, I think you just think like a winner always means that like they're the more knowledgeable one,
The
or you
winner
don't know how to
doesn't-
analyze. Like I've lost debates. I lost a debate to Ryan Dawson. That wasn't because of debate tactics. That because he was legitimately more knowledgeable on the topic. If you go and you watch my debate with Ryan Dawson, Ryan's not going like, oh look at Dawson, he's laughing when he does this, and actually at 1941, blah blah blah. When he's asked a question, it's boom 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 boom. It's just a bunch of information that he has. When Nick is answering a question, it's, well, you see, what you gotta understand is there was a memo, and these guys that were Jewish, well, when they wrote this thing, he's not even like talking about the fucking subject. And then like, halfway through his answer, he starts rambling about like 3 or 4 other things that aren't even fucking related. Like, I understand for somebody like you, I understand for somebody.
Press him on that shit?
No, I can't press anything.
That
that was the whole point of the debate. I kept saying multiple times, I kept saying to Myron, hey, stop him from rambling, because I can't, because if I cut him off, he's gonna say, oh, look, Destiny's cutting me off. I can't do it, because if I cut him off, then Zerka and Sneeko are gonna attack me, then Nick is gonna keep rambling, and then Myron's gonna tell me to stop cutting him off, and I can't tell Nick to just answer a simple question. But there were points in that debate where even Myron was reiterating a question. But for people like you hear that and you think, wow, Nick is really strong and really knowledgeable on this thing. Bro, Nick tried to get me on a Nick literally tried to get me on a geography question by asking me where Azerbaijan was, bro. You really think this is a guy with extensive knowledge of the fucking Middle East?
Okay,
there were points in that debate, and I could be wrong, but it sounded like, I'd have to go back and listen, it sounded like there were points in that debate where he thought that Iraq bordered Israel, okay? Like, I don't know what this guy, the extent of his knowledge is for Middle Eastern shit, but it's nowhere near on the level.
And you thought that Jesus was a prophet in Judaism.
Because I mixed it up with a Muslim shit, but I'm literally, if you go and you listen to me talk, first of all, obviously I know that Jews killed Jesus. This is when I have 3 or 4 people screaming at me at once. I'm not getting everything out as crystal clear as possible. Like, you're actually so fucking retarded that you're like, well, Dusty, we go through every single fucking statement and blah, blah, blah. Like, hold on, I'm curious. Wait, no, I'm curious. Do you legitimately think that I think that Jesus was a prophet in Judaism?
I'm just saying, based on the
you're
way
not
you
just
fucking
saying. You're not
handled
just
yourself
saying.
in that argument, I'm skeptical.
Okay.
Sure, I could. Wait.
If you see somebody ramble, if you see somebody ramble, it's a good to you. That's strong. Yeah.
Not necessarily. No, not really.
No,
but
it
at
is.
the
That's
same
what
time,
you think.
again,
But I understand.
again,
I know how the normie brain works.
again,
I understand it.
no.
I understand it.
Listen, you're the superior. You're the superior.
No, I
fucking
get it.
intellect
I
in
understand it.
this
I get it.
back and forth, correct?
I understand.
But here,
Ramble
no,
equals
here's,
good. Yeah.
Listen, I know I've hit a fucking sore spot right now, or a soft spot, whatever the fucking saying is. I know you feel
Who's
some
a
type of
sore
way
spot?
about me
What are you
mentioning
talking
shit.
about?
It makes you feel. No, hold on. Let me talk to you right now for a second. If I were to get it correct, your position is I lost the debate to Nick because the panel was against me, the host was against me, and the fucking dude was allowed to ramble and go over on like a fucking 1,000 different tangents, and I couldn't respond to all of them, and he fucking just muddied the waters, so we couldn't have an honest fucking debate. And anything he asked me, I answered 100%, and anything I asked him, he fucking derailed into a whole fucking
That's
another
more
conversation.
extreme than what I said. But go ahead if you.
No, that's not. That's what you said. That's not
No,
more extreme. Holy fucking shit.
no. You're just wrong.
You just don't want to sound like a bitch because everything that you just did was exactly what I said, and I'm pretty sure I'm being very fucking fair to you.
Why would I do any research at all if I think I had the perfect answer for every question?
Oh, so you're telling me you didn't? You just said it. You just said if I know what the fuck I'm talking about, I'm always going to answer it. And what I said is, for every question that he had that you knew, you answered him straightforward. You didn't
but there
fucking
is more
go to-
knowledge that I could have had. There's more stuff I could have known about the first Gulf War.
Which you
There's
didn't, and yeah, again, sure, and that's what I'm also fucking calling you out on, the fact that you weren't prepared enough, and that's why you fucking lost to the dude, on top of all the other factors that you stated. But it's so fucking hard for the Great Destiny to claim that he fucking got outschooled by the fucking Nazi dickhead. That's it. And it's so funny.
I don't think you don't even have like a coherent like train of thought through all of this. I think so. I understand it. Listen, yes, whatever you say, yes, okay? I think in you this is just like a exercise in egoism for you. So whatever you want me to say,
the same guy that's literally trying to get away with a 50-50, you couldn't. You said, yes, I lost, and you immediately said it's 50-50.
The fact that you just said that, you're not listening to anything I'm saying. I'm trying to get away with a 50-50. I'm not. I don't want to go 50-50. I don't want to even go 70-30 with a conspiracy theorist. If you drop any big points to a conspiracy theorist, it doesn't look good. So no, I'm not trying to get away with that. What are you talking about?
Every single, because at the end of the day, you could shit on your fucking audience that you say I share an IQ with, like all the fucking 95 IQ normies, right? But every single motherfucker, or at least the vast majority of them, looked at that debate, and you as a fucking streamer need to realize this. You're fucking also arguing for the audience. You're trying to get them on your side. You said this to me a while ago. The reason I go on fucking Fresh and Fit is because I'm trying to fucking show them what's right. I'm trying to show them my point of view, hopefully for them to fucking come to my side of things. So you know you're playing to the audience as well. And if you're not taking into consideration the way that they look at shit, the way that they interpret certain fucking debate tactics, then that's a fucking L on you. Now, all of this fucking victimization, but fucking is there?
You're just okay.
No. I'm
you're not.
Okay, you're getting mad.
No. I'm not getting mad. No. You just.
So can I just finish? I was making a point.
No, you can't. No, because I'm not gonna let you like. You keep saying like.
What am I doing?
You keep pretending that I'm like victimizing myself. I'm not. These are the things that happen during the debate. There are some things that play to my strengths. There are some things that play to my weaknesses. It's important for me to recognize all of these things to make improvements going forward. If I'm saying that, like, for instance, having Zerka there was a big detriment to me, which I think it was, then in the next debate, I won't have him there. This isn't about, like, victimizing myself. Unlike you, I'm not, like, doing this for fucking ego or finding ways to...
No. Weren't excuses then?
It's not.
What
do you mean? It's not an excuse. It's just an analysis of what happened. Can you really not see that?
Sure, okay, you could call it an analysis, but at the same time, the way that you were presenting it, if you just sat here and said, you know what, this dude got it over me in this fucking debate, but I'd say fucking Zerka being there played into it, Sneeko being there, fucking Myron hosting it, all of these played into it, but at the same time, my knowledge was lacking. You've admitted these things, but you just don't want to put them in this fucking package because
I've
of your
literally
fucking ego
done
that you're projecting
exactly
onto me.
that. No, I've literally done exactly that. You're the one that's here projecting because people will ask me like all these questions, like, "Oh, well, I heard you say that." Like, I think I've almost said what you said verbatim. Like, what do you mean? Like, initially, I didn't even want Zerka there, but eventually he came and I was like, "Oh, fuck it." And now I see in the past that was probably a fucking mistake. Yeah, I only had a day and a half to research. I said I probably would have wanted more time to research. It wasn't good, right? Next time I'll have more time, or I've got more time before my next one. There are certain questions that I needed better answers to. I've already said all of these things, but like in your mind, since you live your life as egotistical as possible, you're projecting that onto me. Like, what? I wouldn't have survived this long if I went through every single debate thinking like, "Oh, I didn't do anything wrong at all. I'm all victimization. I'm such a victim." Blah blah. No, I just have to be aware of the conditions. There are some things that play to my strengths, some things that play to my weaknesses, and I have to control the best as I can. What do you mean?
You're making me look like a fucking dickhead, and this is part of you trying to fucking play to the audience.
Because you are a dickhead. No, you're being retarded. Because
you're
this whole thing is the lens of like your like ego. Like when I say something like, oh yeah, like
holy
this
shit,
guy
you keep
being
saying
there.
that. Elaborate on it.
Yeah, when you say things like, oh, you're just making excuses about Nick rambling. No, rambling or gish galloping is a legitimately powerful debate strategy that I've worked really intentionally hard to in the past overcome. It's very difficult to do so. It's good to understand when somebody does that so that you can understand how to deal with their questions in the future. But that's like, is that self-victimization to you? Like, what do you mean?
Okay, no. Right now, you're admitting that you had a shortcome to fucking
No.
Hold
on.
Sure.
No. It's not
what
right now. You haven't gotten me to admit anything that I haven't already said. You've said exactly 0 new things here that I haven't already said myself.
Okay, you need to understand the way you package shit matters. Right?
No, it's hold on. No. What you want?
It does,
no.
dude.
Stop. When you say the way you package it matters, what you want is for me to like come on stream and cry that like your best friend Nick. Yeah, because everything you said, I've already said. Why do I need to package this in a different way? I acknowledge the things that were bad. I do whatever I can to counter them next time, and then you move forward to the next conversation.
You sat here, and the first thing, and this is what I heard, right? So again, you can't fucking accuse me of fucking projecting or ego, whatever the fuck. You said, listen. The fucking the dude was fucking jumping left, right, and center. He wasn't tackling any of my fucking points, but fucking Zerka being there and fucking derailing my fucking arguments ruined it. You started off by saying you knew more about the Middle East than Nick, which sure, it's your opinion. Sadly, you couldn't prove it because you couldn't get over his fucking debate tactics. By the way,
so you're really upset about the statement of knowledge because you just don't, because you think that listening to somebody ramble off talking points is knowledgeable. Listen,
if you
on
said,
this
if you
particular
honestly
topic,
said
on
my
this particular topic,
in the Middle
on
East,
this,
I would be like, okay.
Here, I'll give you this. Anybody that quizzes me on where a country is in the Middle East automatically knows less than me because I think that's going to be a killer question, okay? Number one. Number two, you're think
you're
that...
being bad faith about that.
I'm not being bad faith. It was a stupid question from him because he thought I wouldn't know where Azerbaijan was, right?
Yeah, so the entire arguments that he made, you keep focusing on that one fucking question.
I'm not saying the entire arguments that he made. I don't think you understand the difference between somebody comprehending something versus somebody having talking points. Nick Fuentes is a man of talking points. That's it. He doesn't have deep understanding. That's why he's scared of me re-challenging him, and I guess he's trying to get me kicked from the next debate. That's why he made fun of me prior to the last show when he thought I was like reading shit about our future debate, which I wasn't, right? It's why he said specifically before the after show that went on last time, he was like, I don't want to redo any of what we talked about before. Let's just do like dating stuff. Like none of these things point to a man that is confident or strong in his knowledge about a particular topic. And all of these things, by the way, are the exact same pattern that happened when we debated 5 years ago. I had a first debate where, and you can go back and watch those videos, I thought Nick was genuinely a really smart person. He seemed to have a really big depth of knowledge about the history of the United States and all sorts of topics related to immigration. But when I did an outline and I prepared hardcore and I came back and debated it a second time, I found out that he didn't know anything about the talking stuff. It was just talking points. He didn't have any of the depth of knowledge. He just memorized lines. That was it. And it's the same thing now today with his JQ shit.
Stop. Everything that you just said, right, points towards the guy has nothing of substance to say. And I lost to a dude with nothing of substance to say, a bunch of prepared talking points, but a really fucking good debater. And you want me to sit here and be like, okay, if fucking like some other debate dude said this, the problem is I'm thinking of you more highly than the other niggas, and that's why I'm fucking talking to you the way that I am. Because you're sitting here trying to convince me the dude had not zero knowledge, but the dude had way more less knowledge than you. The dude is just filled with talking points, no fucking substance, no depth, but you lost to him because the fucking host and the fucking people there were against you, and he was really fucking good at debating and fucking doing the gish gallop bullshit and fucking deflecting and diverting from the points that you made. But
nothing
you want
you
me
said,
to sit here and
literally,
accept
like
that
literally
you can't
nothing.
handle that shit?
I'm not saying I can't handle it. There's probably some limit to things you can't handle. I don't know if 4 people screaming at me on a show is past those limits. It might be, but you're acting like
Zerka as a person. The guy barely said anything that made sense.
You're just wrong. Like you don't even. I don't know why I'm arguing this. I don't think you
I
understand
watched this shit. What the fuck are you saying? What do you mean?
Zerka literally took me off one of like my most important drillings of Nick. There was like one point that I was drilling, and Zerka literally tore me off of him.
And you couldn't go back to it after.
No, I can't. After Zerka's already interrupted and asked this dumb fucking question, and I've already drilled down on this line and asked Byron to do it. Yeah, I literally went back and I rewatched this happen. But again, I think for you, the way that you view this is just fundamentally different than me. But
the way that I view it is the exact same way as the vast majority of the people that watch that shit. Other than you need to fucking get out of your community, because if you were to watch,
bro, you have no.
I'm not talking about.
You're like a
You're
20.
serious?
You're a
serious?
21-year-old like Muslim fundamentalist. Yeah, I don't have.
Sure, and you lost to 18-year-old Nick
There's
fucking 5 years ago. Come
nothing I can learn from you on this topic, and the way that you've spoken about it, like, clearly demonstrates that for you, this is an exercise in egoism. It has nothing to do with like for you saying like, oh, it sounds like you're just making a massive hope when you bring this up. No, it's not a cope. I'm just pointing out conditions of the debate.
No. I backed up. When I said cope, I backed it up with why I think it's cope. I didn't just throw out that fucking statement and let it fucking sit there. Number one. Number two, you're the dude that sat across the motherfucker, lost to him, which you fucking admit, right?
I said I lost the optics, but go ahead.
Sure, you lost the optics, which, by the way, to you is what matters the most in this instance.
Yeah, of course it is. Yes.
Yeah, so if you lost the most important thing, you just lost. I don't know why you have to get into the fucking
because you're getting
of it.
ass mad because you're so ass pain that you're sliding down your fucking chair, absorbing it into your gaping fucking rectum. When I say something like, "Yeah, I don't think Fuentes is very knowledgeable," and you're like, "Well, why would you possibly?"
Because I wanted you to fucking prove it. No, because I wanted you to prove it, and you couldn't prove it. And your excuses.
I proved it like 3 different times. He wouldn't answer fundamental questions about the Gulf War. He didn't seem to know the fact that the guys that wrote that clear break memo, where they were even fucking born, or what year it was, or if that even fucking matters. He didn't know like incredibly basic facts about like Israel and the relation between Israel and the United States, right? Every single question.
Let me see if you're good faith. Let me see if you're good faith. How many of his questions were you not able to answer? And you may have not necessarily.
I don't remember every single question. I don't remember
because if we're calculating. No, if we're calculating it, no, I didn't say that. But if we're calculating it by how many questions was he not able to answer, how many questions were you not able to answer when he fucking posed them to you?
It's not.
I can fucking come back to it that way because at the
it
end of the
wasn't
day,
a question of like how many questions are you able to answer. Again, with the world's best flat earther, there's probably a lot of questions I couldn't answer. When you're debating a conspiracy theorist, the only way to win is to do so resolutely with like 100% confidence.
If it's you're using the Ryan Boston argument, no, stop. You're using the Ryan Boston argument.
Give me the last. Give me the last 30 seconds. There's nothing valuable out of this conversation. Go ahead.
Okay. You're using the Ryan Dawson argument, which is I don't want to debate with Ryan Dawson again because the guy is a fucking mega conspiracy theorist that I lost to fucking 8 years ago.
You're proving why people don't. Yes.
Can I fucking finish? Will you ever let me have a fucking uninterrupted statement for once? Right? You said I can't fucking debate with this dude because he knows so much fucking like what's the word? Like outlier fucking conspiracy theories that fucking validate another conspiracy theory with another conspiracy theory, and I won't be able to keep up unless I know all of the fucking conspiracy theories. Number one. And you said that they range in fucking topics. What you were discussing with Nick was one single topic. The Middle East and Jews. That's what you were talking about. You weren't talking about 1,000 different topics.
Wait, hold on. We were talking about the JQ. What do you mean?
Is that fucking so you couldn't? Okay, so you're telling me you couldn't keep up with him in the JQ when you knew this dude is like the biggest JQer?
One of the biggest things about the JQ is the Holocaust. That's what I spent most of my time rereading about. It wasn't
you haven't given confirmation that it was going to be only a Holocaust conversation?
No, it was just broadly speaking JQ, but those were the big points that I heard him bring up recently. I didn't know it was going to be centered mainly around contemporary foreign policy in the Middle East. If it was, I would have brushed it up on all of that. I would have brushed it up on 91 to today about what had gone on in the Middle East.
Set up a debate.
I'm trying to, but Nick is wanting to dodge it. I wonder why, Q. Must be because he's so fucking intelligent.
When will we be expecting, assuming that he agrees eventually to fucking debate you, when can we expect a round 2? From you and Nick? I assume he's not going to be on Fresh and Fit again because you realized, okay, you bit off too much shit that you couldn't chew on, so... Is it going to be on your fucking platform? Is it going to be on
You should do debates. I would love to see you do them formally.
What debate? Holy. Wait.
It's just everything you say is like, it's like reeks of like low self-esteem. Like the way that you drive all of your questions has to do through this like lens of like, how good are you? How strong are you? Did you bite off more than you could? Like all of everything you say, like it's just like dripping. It was just very funny to me.
Okay, can I say, okay. Let me say
it's supposed to be at, I think Sosnick is doing one in, I think a couple weeks. But supposedly, I saw someone on Twitter said that Fuentes was trying to kick me. So I don't know if it'll happen then. I'm not sure.
Okay. God willing is going to happen. And if he does kick you, please, somebody fucking leak the screenshots, okay? So we can give, you know what I mean, Destiny here. You know what I mean? I said Destiny, guys. The fucking win. But here's the thing, though. First of all, please, for the love of God, just stop projecting onto me. Because it's not ego. To me, I'm just thinking, you know what? I don't think you know how much your fucking reputation, what's the word, precedes you or something. A lot of people look at you as the end game boss of debates. So if I'm treating you as the fucking end game boss and you're like, no, it was unfair because, you know, there's a fucking retard yelling over me and derailing me and all that stuff, I'm just sitting here expecting you to be able to fucking maneuver that shit. That's literally it.
Sure,
And you took
and I
offense to
understand.
that.
So
That's it.
one of the ways that successful people are successful or successful people move, it's not because they can handle every single situation. It's because usually successful people are really smart about choosing their battles. That's probably one of the most important things you can do is to set yourself up for success in life rather than thinking that you can handle or deal with everything. And that's part of, like, for instance, the reason why my debate against Rollo and Sartain, I believe, went so well wasn't because I was like the master debater, blah, blah, blah. I'm good at that. It's because I laid out very clear ground rules at the beginning of that conversation. I think that was an incredibly important thing to do for that debate. So setting yourself up for success. It's not you being able to maneuver through any situation. It's choosing the situations you try to maneuver through.
Sure. And by the way, this is consistent with what you've said like fucking couple of months ago. What happened now? Did you pick the wrong battle?
I think I could have set myself up better, but I don't know if it would have been better to just let the three of them ramble on with no pushback.
Okay. By the way, everybody that says I haven't fucking debated blah blah blah, like I literally was on multiple fucking panels debating shit. Like that's what I did for a fucking year and a half, actually a year. Just fucking debate. So I don't know why you guys act like I can't debate number one. I just like to come in here for the conversation. I don't debate in here, right? I see little Steve does some shit. I ask him about it. That's it. So you guys can fucking relax. I could fucking destroy any of you niggas in a fucking debate. Ask fucking Zeta. You know what I mean?
Damn.
And that's it.
Yikes.
I mean, you did lose to her in a fucking music debate, and you're the guy with the almost degree. You did drop out because, you know, I don't know why you dropped that, actually. I actually have no fucking clue why you dropped out. I know all the lore
Go
except
watch
this.
the Saint and the Sinner guy. He's got a whole thing on why I did.
Oh, he said, you know what? What's the shit? Peace to the Saints. Shout out to that nigga. You know what I mean? NFT guru makes it from the command fucking. You know what? Shout out to that man. Number one. Number two. Maybe, and I know this is a push, so I'm asking you. Maybe host it here if he'd be willing to come.
Host what?
Your debate with Nick. Just maybe give him perms one more
Host
time.
here? Where's here?
In
Inside
your fucking server. In your server. Just tell him. Come in.
Oh.
You can fucking stream it.
Maybe we'll see.
Isn't this like literally this is your territory? He wouldn't be able to fucking fuck you over if
Yeah,
you do
but I
this.
don't know. It's different when other people platform us versus me platforming somebody. Like, why would I just give him my whole fucking platform? Like, if he's gonna be in other places, like, I think I would fight him there. But I don't know if I would just bring him here to like do it on my stream. Like,
But wasn't Avi correct when he said you simply being there is platforming him because you're bringing so much fucking viewership?
yeah, but
that
it's
they
also
wouldn't have
their
got?
platform too. Like, there's a whole third party there that's like in the middle that isn't normally there.
So you have the fucking plausible deniability of saying I didn't platform him. They did. It's their platform. I'm just here as a fucking guest debating him. I'm
That's
actually
so
fucking
smart.
doing you guys a
Yes,
service.
you understand me. Yes, so well. I'm so scared
No.
about people accusing me of irresponsible platforming people. You're so
I'm saying-
smart.
I'm
Your brain
saying
is
it's-
so wrinkly. Vegan Games will look at your brain and say, "This is the
Why?
final stage of human development." No, you fucking
of all, I
retard.
do-
It has to do with the purpose of doing a debate. One of the things that I'm weighing when I'm doing the debate is like the potential audience for a debate. If somebody's like, "I'm a JQ denier. Can I come on your stream and debate?" and they're like a no name, I'm probably not going to do it. Why the fuck would I just give my whole audience their ear to listen to you ramble off on some crazy conspiracy shit? But if Joe Rogan said, "Hey, some random JQer guy's gonna come on, do you want to debate on my platform?" Of course I will, because now Joe Rogan's entire audience is going to be captive to that speech, right? So same thing if he gets invited on Valuetainment or some other thing, then yeah, of course I'm going to show up there to argue with him there. But I don't know if that necessarily means I would drag him onto my show to do it.
Okay, that's a fair point. That's a fair point. Listen, it's been a great conversation. This has been a great conversation.
True.
You know, you were able to reiterate. See, I'm not saying admit. Reiterate.
Good job.
Because
Thank
you said
you.
this
Good
prior.
word. Yes.
See, I'm helping you. I'm helping you
Good
right now.
job.
See,
Good
I'm
vocabulary.
expanding on my, say lexicon, so I even sound even smarter. You know.
Good lexicon. Oh my god.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, you know, as a person who was accused of being egotistical by the same man that said I couldn't engage in certain debate tactics because the people were too fucking retarded to comprehend it, but we'll ignore that much. Listen, you reiterated that you lost to the dude. You weren't prepared as much as you should have been. You only prepared for an hour. The the deck was stacked against you, right? The mod, all these niggas were against you, but you also admit you picked the battle wrong, and you shouldn't have fucking engaged when Zerka was there. That was your biggest L, probably. And you admit to these things. And you know what? It takes a big man to admit that stuff. So, good job. Next time, don't do it. You know what I mean? It's a bit of an L. I'm not Jewish, so I can't talk to you like this. You know what I mean? Only Lauren and Avi could talk to you. Because they, listen, if they're schooling you and telling you, don't do this, don't do that, don't do X, Y, and Z, it's not that I'm making it up. They even feel like,
Okay, I'm good. Okay, I think I'm probably gonna go out and eat soon. I think am I coming back tonight? Probably not. Okay, tomorrow we're gonna read. It's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be fun. And we'll see how many other people want to hop in and give me their thoughts on how I need to do conversations. Okay, it'll be amazing, guys. All right, have fun. Peace out. Ribbon, cappuccino, 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 my dude. I will catch you guys next streamer. Stay safe, be careful.